So if you can, just map out how the conversation sounds from, hey Jay, I got Daniel on the phone. He's an inbound call. Go ahead, Jay.
Hi, good morning, Dan. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking. And thanks for giving us a call today. My name is Jay. I am a licensed mortgage banker. And the reason why you're transferred over to me today is I actually am licensed to assist you and discuss home loan options that you're interested in.
Okay, great. I just want to know what your lowest rate is.
Well, we have all types of programs ranging in rates. However, without knowing some information there, it's hard for me to, exactly pinpoint exactly what you'd be eligible for. I mean, we could shoot from the hip, but that really doesn't help you much.
Okay, what do you need to know?
Well, let me first have you just take down my contact info. That way you know who's assisting you with your personal information.
Okay.
Okay, done. And all right, so what I always like to do, Dan, is to establish and understand if it makes sense for my clients to even review this process and review home financing. More oftentimes than not, we find that you may actually be in the best loan, and if that's the case, we won't waste your time. We'll tell you up front.
Sweet.
If it can benefit you, then here's where the rest of the questions come into play, and I'll be able to pinpoint the exact offers and rates that will be the most competitive in the industry for you. So, having said that, let me kind of have you take the wheel here and tell me exactly what it is you're looking to do. I mean, besides lowest rate and lowest payment, we get that. But what is it that you're after here exactly?
I just saw an advertisement not too long ago. It said, interest rate of like 3.75. And I just want to know if I can get that with no cost.
Well, we'd certainly be happy to look into it, but I will tell you this. I'll be frank with you here. I mean, I'm not here to sell you anything, and I'm not here to, blow smoke. Anytime you see an advertised rates out there, it always comes with max cost. Anything in life you see advertised out there, Dan, I'll be honest with you, no one's going to advertise the cheapest, lamest, lowest cost, lowest quality product out there and put out a big ad. It doesn't make sense. So anytime you see something out there, whether it's mortgage rate, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, it's always on the more expensive end of it. So I will tell you, if you're looking for a 3.75% rate, no cost, I'll be perfectly honest with you, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Having said that, what I can do is tell you what is available, and at the end of the day, the least you can expect is for me to be upfront and honest with you.
Cool, thanks. So I was trying to sit in and be as if I was on the phone with you. Mm-hmm. From everything from hearing the tonality to hearing kind of how the conversation goes, right? Mm-hmm. And all right, so I'm going to critique it, and I'm going to help you apply it to the best way that NAF will help you, okay?
Okay.
So first off, we have to find a way to consolidate the intro.
Okay.
Consolidate meaning, because let's say if I were on break, mm-hmm. or let's say if internet inquiry, and I just hit submit, because we're getting a lot of those, right? Like Lending Tree. So mind you, while you're talking, my phone's blowing up.
Right.
So I'm becoming anxious.
Gotcha.
Right? Not only that, but I didn't expect the call most of the time. And if I hit the submit button, let's just say in the middle of work, I almost want the call to go quick, right?
Right.
But fortunately, you picked up on my tone, where my tone was kind of laid back and chill. So I think that's probably why you kind of, matched that and mirrored that tone. But if you're not doing those things, you want to pay attention to their tonality. Right. So if they're a little bit like anxious, if they're fast, you need to speak fast too. Okay. Right. Now the consolidation, the way you open it up, like, hey, I'm licensed to assist you, I love that part. Because that's actually the way the script is modeled up with. Have you had a chance to read it?
I have not.
Okay, but you had a chance to hear it, I think, with Sean's session?
I did listen to. I was listening to it while I was in between calls, but I did listen to a good amount of it.
Okay, cool. So whenever you get a chance, read the script. Try to find a way to maybe use that, mm-hmm. because it's a very, very consolidated version in your court. Right, because you want to be the tour guide, because I think that is where the conversation stops from you controlling it to where it goes ping pong.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
And you don't want to get stuck chit-chatting to where it becomes an immediate debate.
Okay.
And then in your opening line, you never want to also, you'd mentioned, I think I overheard you say, we just want to make sure, you're in a good place, which is good, but if not, then I'll show you the most competitive rates. Because that's a trigger, and it's going to ultimately change the dynamic of that conversation to where now he's just interested about rates. Another thing is when you had mentioned like what your goal is or what do you want to do today, remove that question altogether because we already know what they want to do, right? We always know that they want the lowest rate, no cost. And so if you can revise the way you, because the opening was perfect where you said, the reason why you're being transferred to me is because I'm licensed and authorized to provide you the information you need, right? So instead of saying assist you, I'm just saying I'm giving you the information you need because that's ultimately what they're calling for. But before I begin, Jay, let me just make sure you're in the right place. I'm going to ask a few basic questions. If it looks like I can help you, I'll send you exactly what we could do. Notice no rates was ever involved, no pricing, right? But if I can't, Jay, I'm going to save you a bunch of time, and I'm actually going to point you in the right direction. So the property that we're going to talk about, notice I never asked him what does he want to do.